Okay, so today my partner and I, Ellie, who are on the affirmative side, and we are going to be arguing that the legal age lowered to 18, the drinking age. So why is this so important? So the current law is flawed. There's a lot of issues with it. It's ineffective. People have easy access to alcohol. It's evident. You know, we see it all across campus. You want access to alcohol. There's parties. There's people willing to buy it for you. It's very easy to access. And the existing laws have forbidden fruit. So knowing that it's inaccessible, that it's difficult to obtain, makes people, gives them more of an incentive to want to go after it, to get it illegally, to get it in alternative ways. So there's this urge for us to go after this item that to us we know we cannot obtain it now, so we find alternate ways to obtain it. So it's very ineffective, our current system. So we're arguing that it should be lowered to 18. Now my significance claim is that the current system is ineffective due to easy accessibility, and the proposed policy aims to encourage responsible drinking at a younger age, and changing the taboo associated with underage drinking. Now, the National Survey on Drug Use and Health in 2015, they surveyed respondents aged 12 and older about their past 30 days, and they discovered that 138.3 million Americans aged 12 or older reported current use of alcohol. 66.7 million reported binge alcohol use in the past month, and 17 million reported heavy alcohol use in the past month. Now, people who are 18 are adults, and they're entitled to other freedoms, like voting, owning a house, going to jury, but they can't decide to consume an alcoholic beverage, which seems unusual. I mean, it's a freedom that we're all entitled to at the age of 18. It is inconsistent. If we want to be consistent, then we would change our policy to reflect age 18 as the age of adulthood. So it's important enough as a value because the problems with drinking occur as a taboo, and as a result, they engage in dangerous behavior. And according to Ruth, and she's a professor at Indiana University, among drinkers only, 32% of underage compared to 24% of legal age are heavy drinkers. And the National Institute on Alcohol Abuse and Alcoholism found that the current drinking law is just as enforceable as the prohibition law, where about 60% of 18-year-olds have had a drink, according to National Institute on Alcohol Abuse and Alcoholism archive. And lastly, Ruth also discovered that those under 21 years of age are most likely to engage in heavy/binge drinking, consuming over 5 drinks at least once a week. So this occurs because of infrequent contact with alcohol. Kids do not learn to drink responsibly. They aren't in environments where they're told, what's responsible, what's not responsible. Where we go into this age 21 thinking we know about it. We've seen others drink, we've seen our relatives drink, and we know what to expect and how to handle it. But in reality, we're not exposed to the consequences of drinking, and we don't know what will happen to our bodies, if we consume a certain amount of drinks, whether it be something light like a beer or something strong like a wine or a hard liquor. We don't know those consequences, so we need to encourage education in classrooms. We need to talk to students about those things so that we know what we're getting ourselves into at that point when we reach a certain age. And the results from the 2015 National Survey on Drug Use and Health also found that 1.4 million adolescents aged 12 to 17 in 2015 were past month binge alcohol users, which corresponds to 5.8% of adolescents. Thus, about 1 in 17 adolescents aged 12 to 17 in 2015 were current binge drinkers. So people in college drink anyways. The alcohol consumption creates hazing issues, and with it being 18-year old, students can call 911 without being in fear of retaliation. We get scared of calling 911 because we're afraid that we're going to get in trouble ourselves, not the person that's drinking if we're in that environment. So by lowering the drinking age, we can avoid having, sexual assaults at parties, at houses, date rape, all of these things associated with alcoholism. So lowering the drinking age will encourage people to, reach for the best ways of safety, calling 911, reporting the issue, getting things done correctly. So we can avoid the issue of, violence. And irresponsible drinking is because of the high drinking age. This needs to change to teach people to drink responsibly, or allow them to learn at least. Now, my heresy claim is that the existing law prevents a solution to reducing excessive drinking and bad drinking habits. Our attitudes currently prevent them from working. People aren't following through with the law. And my solvency claims that the proposed policy gets us closer to a reduction in minimizing excessive drinking and bad drinking habits. change in behaviors due to a social judgment, people drink regardless and does not allow them to make responsible decisions. So our plan of action is to lower the drinking age to 18 in the United States. And I'd also like to give some more statistical evidence that is prevalent in our society. The Surgeon General call to action to prevent and reduce underage drinking found that among college students, 80% reported drinking, and of those, 40% binge drink once a month. That is more than twice the rate of their peers in the general population. It is clearly evident that college students drink. It's not some unknown thing. People come into college, many of them come into college with already established drinking habits, and college only makes it worse. And even Carla Main, she's a former litigator and an author of Underage Drinker and the Drinking Age. Her journal states that the effect of lowering the drinking age, the author argues, would be educational. Colleges would be allowed to have open, frank discussions about responsible drinking. So by taking away this forbidden fruit aura that it's something that's, we don't talk about it, it's a 21-year-old thing, and talking to students about it at 18 when they first come into college, it's really gonna, benefit students. Let them, be educated about what the consequences are of drinking, how it's gonna affect their bodies. It exposes them to information that just better prepares them, for what is associated with the alcohol. So, yeah.